Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Law and Life with Denmark. How have you been? Hope you're peaceful wherever it is that you're watching me from. Please leave in the comment section where you're watching me from. I'd like to know. It's been a few weeks since our last sit down video, and from the title of this one you can tell that we're starting with strict law business. We're going straight into it. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. On the 26th of June 2025, which is about 2 weeks ago, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu signed into law 4 tax bills that the National Assembly had recently passed. And the focus of this video is going to be to highlight the most popular provisions of those laws and how they affect you and I. Okay, so first, what are these tax laws? The first is the Nigerian Tax Act, which is established to consolidate the taxes that we have in Nigeria. So before now, we had the Capital Gain Tax Act, we had the VAT Act, that's the Value Added Tax Act, and so many other kinds of tax laws. So this Nigerian Tax Act has been signed or passed so that we can have a consolidation of all the taxes that are payable in Nigeria. Now, the next is the Nigerian Revenue Service Act. This act establishes the Nigerian Revenue Service. So the Nigerian Revenue Service is taking over from the FIRS, which is the Federal Inland Revenue Service. So FIRS no longer exists. Then we have the Joint Board Tax. Sorry, we have the Joint Revenue Tax Board Act. Now, this Joint Revenue Tax Board Act establishes a tax ombudsman. That's a platform for you which you can report any misappropriation or any misalignment with your taxation. Basically, any problems that you're having with your taxation. For example, if you want to report overzealous tax officials, if you want to challenge the assessment that you were given in terms to pay as your tax, you now have a tax ombudsman to report to. Now, the fourth act is the Nigerian Tax Administration Act. So this act is one that gives details as to how taxes are going to be run, how they're going to be administered in Nigeria going forward. This now takes us to the next stage, which is to talk about the highlights of these acts or the highlights of these laws, as it were, or the most popular provisions, if you like. Now, first is that there is now a tax ombudsman, so a platform where you can report any issues that you're having with your taxation, whether it's related to the assessment or to the fact that there are maybe some overzealous tax officials that are trying to exploit, or you believe that there are overzealous tax officials. So this cuts down on litigation time. It also cuts down your expenses in terms of getting justice in this regard. Then you have the fact that online income is now taxable. So if you're a Nigerian in the diaspora, but you're doing business and making money within Nigeria, you are now liable to pay tax. If you're also a Nigerian living within Nigeria and you are doing an online business, you're now liable to pay tax. So don't be surprised when the taxman shows up at your door. Then for small businesses, so this is now the third point. The previous point was that Nigerians that are making money within Nigeria or non-Nigerians, basically anyone who is making money within Nigeria through an online business is most likely liable to pay tax. I think there are a few exceptions. And for small businesses, you will now pay zero tax. Now, small business is not just any maybe Mama Chinedu's business that you're just looking at with ordinary eye. Mama Chinedu's business could be raking in billions and you don't know it. So there's a definition for small businesses. Now, this is where your tax professional comes in. This is where your lawyer comes in. So it's not just for you to just look at the business with your eyes and eyeball it the way we eyeball when we are cooking. No. This one, you need to get down to the numbers. get your numbers right so that you can prove whether your business is a small business or a large one according to the definition of the law. Now, to the one that we love the most, persons who are earning minimum wage and below no longer have to pay taxes. Now, this is good news because minimum wage in Nigeria is about 70,000 naira. And anyone who is in Nigeria in 2025 knows that things have not been very easy for the average Nigerian. So they can use a little respite here and there. There's also a reduction for in taxes for persons who are earning above that. So the tax calculation has actually changed. Before now, taxation was done on certain percentages of certain amounts in your tax. So, for example, maybe the first 1,000 naira will be charged 7%, the next 300,000 naira will be charged 11% or something like that. So, it was graduated, but now you just have a consolidation. So, you just have, okay, if this is your pay band, this is what you're going to earn. So, but the details are things that you can always find out with your tax professional, the tax team within your organization or with your lawyer. So, congratulations to the Nigerians who are going to be able to keep some more money in their pockets as a result of these new laws. But we also have to bear in mind that these laws do not become effective until 1st of January 2026. So what do we do in the meantime? Consult your lawyers, consult your tax professionals, stay informed, start overhauling your compliance system, your tax calculation, Excel sheets and the likes for those who are into that kind of business, and get ready for January 1st. Get ready for January 1st, 2026, where some people are going to some people are going to be liberated from the shackles of tax until they become richer than they currently are. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a thing or two, and I hope that you're going to stick with us. Please remember to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Share this video, like, leave a comment. Just share to everyone that is around you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.